Absolutely.
Tell us about work ethic. How do you identify that when someone comes in the door if you're a recruiter?
Right. Work ethic is, you'd think it would be a very simple thing to diagnose, but it's difficult because everybody's going to tell you the greatest story. The first thing that, one of the first teachings that we have in the book is to look at the resume in a whole new light. So what you want to see in a resume is somebody who's really busy, somebody who's active, and sometimes you just see a very plain, just the 3 experiences they've had in the last 5 or 10 years. I want to see what else that they've been doing, and if that's not clear on the resume, then I got to make sure that I weed that out. One of the ways you can do it is draw a timeline. So from left to right, kind of on a horizontal paper, and maybe go back 5, 7 years, and then the other end of it is to today. And I want the person to walk me through, what have they been doing? What have they been doing all those times? So the first question, say that 7 or 5 year mark takes me back to their senior year in high school, college. Start there. What did you do in your senior year in college? Well,
I get nervous when he talks about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm nervous when it goes to interviewing. So when you're being a recruiter, I'm thinking, I would freeze up. I wouldn't even know what to say.
But you know what? It's the exact opposite. So I say, Jeannie, tell me, what was your senior year in high school like, right? Or in college?
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was a great year. Well, tell me about it. What did you do? Well, I took 15 credits, and then I had an easier second semester. I only took 12 credits. I said, oh, that's great. So what did you do with all your free time? And then I just let you talk. Go ahead.
No, sorry, because you have such a nice, welcoming, interviewing personality. What would happen if you're talking to someone who's just so cold and just like no pulse, and you really want the job? Do you mirror them, or what do you do?
Yeah. So asking from advice from a interviewee standpoint, you want to get it conversational as well, because you want them to open up, because it's a two-way conversation. Mm-hmm. I may want the job, but this manager may be a stiff. It may not be. And it's interesting because I've had people point out that hiring on a whim works both ways. I want to see a work ethic, a humility, an integrity, and a maturity from the person I'm going to work with. If I'm about to get hired by somebody who knows it all and it's my way or the highway, well, they don't exhibit humility. And you know what? That's not an environment that I want to spend time in.
Because as I said at the beginning of the interview, it's not just about your job experience anymore. Let's start with your work ethic.
It's true. We believe the book Hire on a Whim, the Whim is acronym, so we're going to walk through W-H-I-M, and W stands for work ethic. And what's unique about all 4 of these qualities is that you can't teach them. No matter how talented of a manager you are, you can't teach work ethic. People either know how to work or they don't. I was talking to someone who owned a car dealership, and he said, Garrett, the example of work ethic for me is somebody who walks by a spill and cleans it up without being asked to. And it's just those people who don't complain about work. You look at their resume and you see that they're really busy often,
So how do you get that across, though? Let's say that you're going in on an interview. How do you portray that in an interview?
Excellent. One of the ways is your resume. It's not just work experience, it's other experiences. If you've ever volunteered for an organization, that's not fun, and it's not part-time. A lot of times they're full-time. So talk about the hours that you invest in your work as well as your community, because you want the person to go, hold on, how did you have time to go to work? You were doing all these things. Yeah, well, it just comes natural to me.